The Mate 10 Lite is a rather affordable mid-ranger, so it goes without saying that its performance will never match the flagships, including the Mate 10 and Mate 10 Pro. In general use, the phone is reasonably fluid, but even from the moment you set it up it does feel slower than the top-of-the-line options. While that's quite easy to get used to, especially if you don't have another phone around that happens to be a flagship from the last couple of years, the problem with the Mate 10 Lite's performance is consistency. At the best of times it will give you 90% of the perceived speed and smoothness of a Huawei P10, for example. But at any point those times may be abruptly ended by a wave of stutters, or even worse, a freeze. The former are easiest to accomplish if you update an app in the Play Store and then try and do anything else at the same time. And if you want to freeze the Mate 10 Lite for at least a couple of seconds, add some Bluetooth music streaming on top of that. In such a scenario, we've had everything from a 2-4 second freeze to a 1-minute period in which the device simply stopped responding to our touches. Huawei Mate 10 Lite Long-Term Review. Something like this would have been unforgivable for a flagship in this day and age, but the Mate 10 Lite isn't that despite what its name wants to make you think. So we're giving it a bit of a pass here, but not entirely. We understand the need to hit a specific price point comes with compromises in all aspects of a product, but we would have appreciated it if the Mate 10 Lite was more resilient. 2 of the 3 animation duration settings are 0.5x by default to aid in perceived UI speed. The Android defaults are 1x for all. If you enjoyed this tweak, you can go even further by disabling animations entirely by activating the developer options and digging in there. Huawei uses the Kirin 659 chipset in a bunch of devices, and it seems to be its only mid-range SoC at the moment. It's a shame that the company didn't choose something like the Snapdragon 660 for the Mate 10 Lite, instead preferring to keep things in-house. With that chipset and an optimized software stack on top, we assume the phone would have had none of these issues, or they would have shown up only in the rarest of occasions under very specific circumstances. That would also have made it much more worthy of carrying the Mate 10 name.